Welcome back to Pimpy's Investment Chat. This is the Iraqi Dinar news for April 11th, 2020. Let's kind of go into a couple of things because this is definitely an interesting weekend for some more than most. But before we get into that, please don't forget to subscribe because it helps out the channel. And please feel free, if you want to, just go ahead and share the videos as well, okay? So also, the last video I talked about gold and silver and said that people should start really changing their strategy to invest in it. All right, it's a good time right now. Now, people are going, where do you go to? If you want to avoid keeping any kind of paper trail when it comes to gold and silver, I recommend you Google and look for your local places like this. Places that we buy gold, silver, coins, diamonds. Well, I don't know about if you want to get into that, but gold and silver coins, that's the best place to go. You can use cash. You could buy them over the counter. There's no paper trails, and it keeps anybody from finding out how much you own. Instead of buying over the internet keeps a paper trail. Okay, but right now it seems to me like everybody seems to be sold out everywhere. I do believe we have somebody in our group that does own a gold and silver store. I will see if he is in the group before I put my foot in my mouth and invite him to do so if he is not in the group. And I bought from him, and I encourage other people to do so because I know he has plenty. Okay? Real quick, I got to give a props out to Nathan. In our live show, Nathan had called out the PTR boys saying that there's no such thing as oil credits. He had told everybody that indeed he had contacted one of the world's biggest oil traders who told him, in fact, there were no oil credits. PTR boys called up their heavy hitter Abe, who came on and confirmed just that. There are no oil credits, and then turn around and try to use a different version. And basically they said there was no oil credits, and then turn around and gave an excuse for there being oil credits. Look, it's not a competition who gets across the line first. It's just a competition and making sure we all get there together. Boys, we're just saying be careful because people even have asked about me about these oil credits, and I was like, I don't know anything about them. I never heard of them, but I will say this. If you think about it technically, what I mean by this, that there's no oil credits, is the way it was being explained in the dinar community was that your money was the dinar was some form of a credit in which you can exchange it and get a lot more money for it. I've seen this explained several times throughout the whole dinar community. That's not accurate. If there is such a thing as an oil credit, you might think of it this way. We know for a fact that Iraq is going into contracts in which they would swap services for oil, and they're shipping the oil in advance. That might be a form of oil credit, but anything about the Iraqi dinar is definitely not an oil credit. So congrats to Nathan. You look like a superstar as usual. Okay, I just wanted to quickly give him his props on that one. He called him out, and they even came out and admitted. Good job. All right, we all know that the time is running out for one of our favorite dinar gurus out there. Jeff, my man, you think I'm not, but I'm rooting for you. Tomorrow is his big day. We know that Friday and Saturday is the weekend for Iraq, but we also know that tomorrow is the day that was predicted by our favorite Dinarian. All right, so Jeff, time is running out, but we are rooting for you, my friend. We look forward to seeing what happens tomorrow. Hopefully you're right, so that when Monday comes, I can tell my boss to kiss my tuchus and just go ahead and retire as a skip down to the bank to train in my dinar. We'll see what happens. Okay, I know you guys are probably as confused as I am about what the heck is going on over in Iraq when it comes to their politics. Okay, one quick reminder, if you haven't already, I encourage you to join our Facebook group, Pimpy's Investment Chat. It's the same name as the YouTube channel. I will leave a link in the description and encourage you guys all to come join us. And here we talk about the Iraqi dinar, the Vietnam dong, the Zim dollar, gold, silver, cryptos, you name it, it's talked about in here. So I encourage you all to come join us. In addition to that, I leave a link to Coinbase where people keep asking me, where should I go to buy cryptocurrencies? That's where I would go. If you follow the link, they gave you $10 free just for joining. And if you wait about a week, you can scroll down to a little box that says earn free cryptos. You can earn up to about $160 worth of free cryptocurrencies. All right, so that's not too bad just for joining. Joining is free. And you get $10 just for joining, and then you can get an extra $160 just for watching videos that are about 2 minutes long. All right, let's get into the news. So what is going on out here? Right now, we know this is a good thing. So the UAE Ministry of Energy and Industry came out and said on Saturday that OPEC's decision to reduce oil supplies will have a major impact on rebalancing the oil market. Okay, so as we know, there was somewhat of an oil war going on between Saudi Arabia and Russia, and they were driving down the value of oil to the point that it was affecting a lot of these oil countries. All right, so especially with Iraq, we know that the biggest part of their budget, 90% or 95% of the money they get is they get from oil sales. Okay, so this is going to help them. The agreement, I believe, is a reduction of 10 million gallons. That's not too shabby at all. So we're happy to see that happen for them. Now, this really didn't much in California have an impact on gas prices. We were hoping to see it really drop. It did in other places. In some places, they seen gas around 98, 99 cents. But in California, this is a Democratic stronghold. These liberals taxed the bejeebas out of us, and our gas got down as low as $2.15 in some areas. Yeah, thank you, liberals. Okay, let's keep going. All right, what else is going on here? Hey, look, there we are. Despite being told that this is fake news, that Kazemi was not going to be prime minister and that Zarfi was going to be prime minister, it looks to me like not only is Zarfi out, but our boy Kazemi is in, at least for now. All right, the MP from the Patriotic Union of Kurdistan revealed the demands of the Kurdish component of the prime minister designate Kazemi. All right, so basically they're just going through here, and I'll leave a link like I always do to all these articles. Now this is the fun part, when it went in there to make the introduction, and here's the people that were there. Try to stick with me if you can. The commissioning ceremony was attended by a number of heads of Shiite, Sunni, and Kurdish political blocs, starting with the Speaker of House of Representatives, Halabasi, the head of the Wisdom Stream, Hakim, the head of the Victory Coalition, Abadi, the head of the Alliance for, I guess that's Fatah, that's how you pronounce it, am I right? Fath, okay, Amiri, the leader of the Alliance, here's Fatah, or Fayyad. The thing is, I tried to pronounce these this morning a few times. I was thinking to myself, I couldn't if I tried, but I thought I would give it a whirl anyways. Why don't you give it a whirl and let me know what you think? All right, so look, Zarfi is out as far as we know. Kazemi is in, or so we're being told. Okay, and he seems to be more accepted by the Shiites more than Zarfi was. Okay, but just before we get into that, here we go. Guess who makes an unannounced visit? Trump's deputy and his defense minister arrive at the military bases. Now you gotta love the way they write this. An Iraqi security source revealed the arrival of the U.S. Vice President Donald Trump. Yeah. Somebody needs an editor. Nonetheless, Asper and Mike Pence did show up over there in Iraq. And they're going ahead and they're just doing what they need to do to make sure that all the Patriot missile and the whole Patriot missile system is set up. It seems to me like this cannot just be simply to defend the remaining bases that are open and the remaining 5,000 soldiers that are there. If you've seen how many they unloaded, it seems to me they are preparing for something maybe just a little bigger than just defending the bases. That remains to be seen. We will see what happens. Like I said, there are 5,000 soldiers that are left there to help with Iraq, and they're there to train and advise. But the amount of Patriot systems that were there is questionable as to whether they're just there for defense. But we will see. Lo and behold, our boy Kazemi, he's going to be the new What? What is this? Is this another one? You gotta be kidding me. And look at this. Iraq's third attempt at a PM. Kazemi. That's right, folks. We're being told now that hopes are high in Baghdad that the third time will be the charm. And the new prime minister designate Kazemi will succeed where others have failed in the forming of the government. Now, I think let's read this because I think it does go over the list of them that they've tended to do. Iraq has not had a fully functional government since December, when mass protests forced then the prime minister Mahdi to resign after just a year in office. So he was in there about a year, and already since we've been through 3 different candidates. All right. In his first televised address to the nation, Kazemi said that the cabinet he appoints will be one of service, relying not on words but of action. Now, this guy here is actually supported, interestingly enough, by both the U.S. and Iran, which is kind of weird because as you go down in here and it talks about the Kurdish and the Shiites, they support him, but the Iranian-backed Shiite members have a problem with this guy, okay? So we'll see what happens, and once again, we're in turmoil as far as who the heck is going to be the prime minister over there in Iraq. All right, we heard Alawi, then we heard Zarfi, then we heard Kazemi, now we heard Kazemi. Is it me? Does it sound like a magic show and those are the magic words to pull the rabbit out of a hat? I don't know, but apparently we're playing musical PM candidates. We shall see. Here's a long article talking about the fact that this guy is another candidate that is supported by the U.S. And we'll see what happens from there, which is interesting because if you go, and this is a lot of good information, by the way, because if you keep going down here, there's an article talking about the U.S. does support PM Kazemi. Okay, so I know you're just as confused as I am, but that is the news in Iraq. We seem to be getting another candidate has come forward, even though this is ironic. It comes on here, talks about what Kazemi is going to do and what he has planned to do. This is done on April the 11th. But if you come up here, you can clearly see that since this morning, somehow, some way, a new PM designate has happened. All right, so this is supposed to happen on April the 9th. All right, so yeah, if you're confused as much as I am, I understand why. So anyways, this could be a good weekend for us. I want to wish everybody a happy Easter. It's coming here tomorrow, Sunday. Actually, I could probably just wait till then. We might have a whole lot of reasons to be celebrating. Come on, let's all get together, pray for and pull for Jeff to come through on his prediction, because that's the case. It's tomorrow. So, Jeff, we're rooting for you, bud. Let's hope you're right. Tomorrow should be the big day. All right, let's see if Jeff's right. All right, everybody, you have a good one. Bye.